Well, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, remember that concessioning project? Well, Mr. Wale Babalakin joins us now. He's the chairman of Bi-Courtney Group. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much for seeing us. We're happy to be with you.
Well, I know the first thing off anybody's chest is, has work started? Why hasn't it started? When will it start?
Okay. First, I say that we're grateful for this opportunity to explain to everybody. There are two sets of people who comment about the Lagos-Ibadan. They are the designing and the undesigning. The designing are those who comment based on what is actually happening on the road. The undesigning are those who base their comments on rumor and emotions. For the designing, you will discover that after the Minister of Works came to the site and gave ultimatum that the road should be passable within a given time, that ultimatum was complied with even ahead of schedule. The road was made passable, and it's not talking from rumor. I go on the road every week, sometimes twice a week. You drive from the beginning to the end of the road, and you notice that there are no major craters, no major bad works. Also in line with that commitment is a commitment to start construction as soon as the rain subsists. We reckon the rain is subsisting by the end of this month or early next month. So by the end of this month, major works on the road will commence. We will start the complete reconstruction of the road, not palliative works, but also as a commitment to Nigerians. We will do it concurrently. As we're doing the major construction of the work, we'll also ensure that the road remains passable. You know, you cannot walk on a 104 kilometers road at the same time. Otherwise, traffic will come to an absolute chaos and end.
Let me come in here, because that's one of the fears of people, because we're already close to Christmas and the New Year. So when we saw the visit, you went to Abuja, and the minister did say work should commence immediately on that particular road. People got a little bit worried and say, does that mean we're going to have some kind of horrific moment going through that road as we celebrate? So what are you putting in place as you work so that those who also apply that route will have smiles on their faces?
I'm really happy that you have to this point. The most critical issue during construction is traffic management. We have to manage traffic in a manner that ensures that we can construct the road simultaneously with road users using the road. Now, that is part of the plan, and that is part of the program of works. And that is why on a road like this, you have to pace the way you work in a manner that the ultimate objective, which is the comfort of Nigerians, is not compromised. Now, we've had a traffic management team for over a year. If you recollect, there was a redeemed Christian ceremony where, in conjunction with the FRSC and the Redeemed Church, we managed traffic in such a manner that the General Overseer of Redeemed actually wrote us after the event, saying that he was very impressed with the traffic management. Traffic management, apart from the skills we're bringing to the table, let us at this juncture appeal to Nigerians. It requires some discipline. In the last, for over a month, we were able to do up a place close to Ibadan called Aramed. Right in front of Aramed, there was a failed road. It had been done so many times by the federal government, and we had done patchwork there twice. It wasn't enough to solve the problem. So we then went on a full reconstruction of the road, which took about a month. What does this mean? We dug the road to a very low level, compacted the road, had laterites, had stone base before asphalt. Now, during this process, we had to divert traffic for only less than half a kilometer. But you know what happens? Once the drivers are coming and they notice a diversion, they just move to the other side of the road. and then face oncoming traffic. Once you do that, you create chaos, because within 10 minutes on Lagos-Ibadan, such not too good behavior can lead to 1.5 hours of delay.
Okay. But was it all in line with your policy to adhere to procedure? That's why I work, full, other than the rains, that's why you haven't started full construction now?
I'm really very happy about this question. You see, I told you about the designing and on the designing. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is a design, build, operate, and transfer. Nigerians don't remember that first bit, design. This road had to be designed. When it's designed, approved by the government, which is the grantor, we started off with an inception report, which is, what is the state of the road? And there were a lot of discoveries. We submitted it. Then we were told advanced preliminary design. We did it. It was approved. Then we were told advanced to major design. We did it. Then it was approved. The final approval on this road came on May 12, 2011. Now, but the average Nigerian, from the day the road was awarded in council, construction work ought to have commenced. But you have to design the road. And designing of the road has brought out a lot of revelations. You'll be surprised to find out that between Lagos and Ibadan there are over 23 bridges. That design at the stage of looking at the as-built drawings, that this came out.
This particular road leading up to that Aramid area you talked about, we have some other, maybe I don't want to call them shanties, like some illegal structures. Are you clearing them? Are you going to clear them? And how is the road likely to be at the end of completion? Now we're looking at, will they be having some kind of shoulders, or is it the normal way we do have the roads as they stand now, just to go along that same structure?
Honestly, I would have thought that members of Channel have done some research into engineering, because these are very valid questions. Now, I was telling you about the design. Let me first of all answer you. This road has shoulders all the way down, and it's well integrated into the design. But just to come back to what I said about design, why do roads fail? Poor design. If you have a road in a riverine area that you don't have a good design of how the water leaves the road into a particular drainage and exits, that road will fail, no matter how well constructed. On this road, we've gone a step further. Apart from providing drains from the beginning to the end, we've integrated water flow. I'll give you an example. You see, I'm a willing learner. I never had run away from learning. Our engineers, when they were designing this road, decided that, look, they required somebody who had done it before. They went and merged with Villa VK of South Africa, a leading South African construction design company that has designed so many toll roads. During one of the meetings which I attended, one of the questions that was posed to us, which I was taken aback, was that, okay, have you done a study of the growth of the communities on that road? I said, what does that mean? Oh, do you know which community will be large enough that in 5 years' time will require a direct access? I said, is that part of building a road? Oh, you have to research into that now, so that in 5 years' time, when they are ready, you will integrate them into the road effortlessly, rather than waiting to begin to design them. And I then went back and reflected. I said, no wonder this road failed. When this road was designed, it was designed as a road to be fenced round from Ibadan to Lagos. Fenced. They actually commenced the fencing from Ibadan. But Somewhere along the line, that policy was not pursued. When it was not pursued, whatever was left of the fencing materials was stolen. And what do you have today? You have so many communities on the road that evolved because that discipline was not maintained. If the road had been fenced with designated exits, you wouldn't have had so many shanties just popping up left, right, and center on the road. Now, the road we're building is going to be fenced. You cannot have an express road, so-called, that doesn't have limited access. You cannot have an express road that is threatened by cow or goats coming on the road when you're traveling at 120 kph. It has to be fenced. And we've been talking to the stakeholders on the road to let them know what, look, this will be the designated exits. This is where you can get support facilities. But design of a road is not just a word of mouth. It's a serious effort that I hope all stakeholders in road construction will take very seriously.